Imagine waking up to find your prize Monstera, the one you've spent months coddling, suddenly dropping its largest, most beautiful leaf. You see that dreaded yellow mush at the base of the stem and realize your fast growth strategy just became a slow-motion disaster. Thousands of gardeners accidentally kill their Monsteras by trying to force growth too quickly, wasting hundreds of dollars on miracle fixes that actually cause root rot. Today, we are stopping the cycle of guesswork gardening and giving your plant the VIP treatment it deserves. Welcome to the Don't Do This guide, where we help you avoid the gardening mistakes that hold you back. If you want a lush, floor-to-ceiling jungle with half the effort and zero wasted money, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's turn that sad sapling into a Swiss cheese masterpiece by focusing on what actually works. Mistake 1. The dark corner trap. Many beginners believe the low-light tolerant label means a Monstera can thrive in a windowless hallway or a dim office corner. In reality, low light is just a slow way for your plant to starve to death while stretching out into a leggy, unattractive mess. Without enough light, your Monstera cannot produce the energy needed to create those iconic holes or fenestrations. If your plant's new leaves are smaller than the old ones, it is literally screaming for more sun. The solution is to place your Monstera in bright, indirect light, which is the absolute engine for rapid leaf production. Think of it like this. Your plant should be able to see the sky, but the sun should never see the leaves directly. An east-facing window is perfect, as it provides gentle morning rays without the scorching heat of the afternoon. If you only have south-facing windows, pull the plant back 5 feet, or use a sheer curtain to diffuse the intensity. By giving it the right fuel, you'll see those massive, split leaves appearing much faster than you ever thought possible. Proper lighting doesn't just make the plant grow tall, it makes the stems thick and the foliage vibrant. Avoid the temptation to put it in direct midday sun, as this will bleach the leaves and leave permanent brown burn marks. Instead, aim for a consistent 10 to 12 hours of bright, filtered light every single day. If your home is naturally dark, don't give up. A high-quality LED grow light can mimic the sun perfectly. Position the grow light about 12 to 18 inches above the plant to prevent any heat damage to the new growth. Mistake 2. Watering on a calendar schedule. Giving your Monstera a cup of water every Monday, regardless of the weather, is a one-way ticket to root rot. Overwatering isn't about the amount of water you give at once, but how often the soil remains saturated. When the roots sit in soggy soil, they cannot breathe, causing them to turn into a brown, smelly mush. The solution is to ditch the calendar and start using your senses to determine when the plant is actually thirsty. Stick your finger 2 or 3 inches into the soil. If it feels damp or sticks to your skin, leave the watering can alone. Wait until the top half of the pot is dry before giving the plant a deep, satisfying soak. Always ensure your pot has large drainage holes, so the excess water can escape freely into a saucer. When you do water, keep going until you see it running out of the bottom to ensure the entire root ball is hydrated. This wet-dry cycle mimics the natural tropical environment and encourages the roots to grow deep and strong. Using room temperature water is also a great tip, as ice-cold water from the tap can shock the tropical root system. If you find it hard to tell if the soil is dry, a cheap moisture meter can be a lifesaver for intermediate gardeners. Only water when the meter hits the dry zone to ensure you are never oversaturating the delicate root hairs. Healthy roots are the foundation of fast growth. If the roots are thriving, the leaves will follow. Remember, it is much easier to save a thirsty Monstera than one that has been drowned by kindness. Mistake 3. Letting it trail. In the wild, Monsteras are hemiepiphytes, meaning they are natural-born climbers that want to scale the nearest tree. If you let your Monstera trail across the floor or hang from a basket, the leaves will eventually shrink in size. Without a vertical structure to lean on, the plant focuses its energy on survival rather than creating massive foliage. The solution is to provide a sturdy moss pole or a cedar plank for your plant to grip onto. As the plant climbs, it develops thicker stems because it senses it has the support to carry the heavy weight. Gently tie the main stem to the pole using soft plant tape or Velcro strips. Never tie the petioles, the thin stems that connect the leaf to the main vine, as they need to move. The petioles move throughout the day to track the sun, and binding them can cause the plant significant stress. You can also mist the moss pole to encourage the aerial roots to grow directly into it for extra hydration. Once those aerial roots lock into a moss pole, the leaf size usually doubles within just a few months. A climbing Monstera is a fast-growing Monstera, and it looks much more professional in your living space. It also saves a massive amount of floor space, allowing your plant to grow up instead of out. Think of the moss pole as a vertical extension of the soil, providing both support and a source of moisture. This simple addition is the #1 difference between a houseplant and a statement piece. Mistake 4. Starving the soil. Many gardeners fear burning their plants with chemicals and end up giving their Monstera nothing but plain water for years. While Monsteras are hardy, they are heavy feeders and need nutrients to build those huge, complex cell structures. If your plant hasn't put out a new leaf in months, it has likely exhausted all the nutrients in its potting mix. The solution is to use a balanced liquid fertilizer with an NPK ratio like 20-20-20. Dilute the fertilizer to half strength to ensure you are providing a gentle but consistent stream of food. Fertilize once a month during the spring and summer when you see active growth occurring. Avoid using miracle spikes or slow-release pellets, as they can release too much nitrogen at once. Always apply your liquid fertilizer to damp soil, never bone-dry soil, to protect the roots from saltburn. If you prefer organic options, a top dressing of worm castings provides a fantastic, slow-release nutrient boost. Fish emulsion is another great organic choice, though it can be a bit smelly for indoor use. Proper nutrition is the secret sauce that takes a Monstera from surviving to thriving in a matter of weeks. Watch for the vibrancy of the green color in the leaves. If they look pale, they likely need more nitrogen. By feeding the soil, you are feeding the engine that creates those massive split-leaf fenestrations. Don't feed the plant in the winter when growth slows down, as this can lead to a toxic buildup of minerals. Mistake 5. Using a pot that is too big. It's tempting to buy a massive, beautiful pot and think the plant will grow into it over time. However, a pot that is too large holds a massive volume of soil that stays wet for far too long. This creates a dead zone of cold, soggy dirt where roots cannot survive or expand. The solution is to keep your Monstera slightly root-bound or snug in its container. A Monstera actually prefers its roots to be a bit crowded, as this triggers it to focus on leaf production. Only upgrade the pot size when you see roots circling the bottom or poking out of the drainage holes. When you do repot, only go up 2 inches in diameter, for example, moving from an 8-inch pot to a 10-inch pot. Use a chunky, well-draining soil mix consisting of high-quality potting soil, orchid bark, and perlite. This airy mixture allows oxygen to reach the roots, which is the real key to fast growth in a tropical plant. Heavy, dense potting soils will compact over time, suffocating the roots and slowing growth to a crawl. Adding charcoal to your mix can also help by filtering out impurities and keeping the soil sweet. If the plant is too big to repot, you can simply top dress it by replacing the top 2 inches of soil. This provides fresh minerals without the stress of moving the entire root system. A snug root system in airy soil is the perfect environment for a fast-growing jungle giant. Mistake 6. Neglecting the leaf surface. Those massive leaves act like giant solar panels, but they are also absolute magnets for household dust. A thick layer of dust blocks the stomata, which are the tiny pores the plant uses to breathe. If the leaves are dirty, your plant is effectively wearing a blindfold while trying to perform photosynthesis. The solution is a simple monthly spa day where you wipe down each leaf with a damp microfiber cloth. You don't need fancy leaf shine products, which contain oils that can actually clog the plant's pores. Just plain lukewarm water, or water with a tiny drop of mild dish soap, will work perfectly. Cleaning the leaves also gives you a chance to inspect the plant for hidden pests like spider mites or thrips. Pests love to hide under the dust, and catching them early will save you a fortune in pesticides. Wiping the undersides of the leaves is just as important as the tops, as that's where most gas exchange happens. A clean leaf is a healthy leaf, and it will maximize every bit of light it receives for growth. Plus, a shiny, dust-free Monstera looks instantly more expensive and well cared for in your home. Mistake 7. Treating it like a desert plant. Monstera come from the rainforests of Central America, where the air is thick with humidity. If your home has very dry air, especially in the winter, the new leaves may come out with crispy brown edges. While they are adaptable to lower humidity, they will never reach their fastest growth potential in a dry environment. The solution is to boost the local humidity around your plant to at least 50 or 60%. Grouping several plants together creates a microclimate where they share the moisture they release. Alternatively, place a small humidifier near the plant to keep the air moist and tropical. Avoid misting the leaves with a spray bottle, as this only raises humidity for a few minutes and can cause leaf spots. A pebble tray filled with water beneath the pot is a classic, low-cost way to increase local moisture. Just make sure the pot is sitting on the pebbles and not directly in the water to avoid root rot. When the humidity is high, the leaves will unfurl more easily and with much less physical stress. You will notice the sheath of the new leaf stays supple, allowing it to slide out without tearing. Keeping the air moist also discourages spider mites, which thrive in hot, dry conditions. Your Monstera will reward you with larger leaves and faster growth if it feels like it's back in the jungle. The secret to a massive, fast-growing Monstera isn't a magic chemical, but simply avoiding the common stressors that slow it down. Focus on bright light, vertical support, and a less is more approach to watering. There you have it, the key things to avoid when dealing with how to grow your Monstera fast. If this video saved your plants, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below on which mistake you've been making. See you in the next guide.